Happy Jack Leiter Day. The Rough Riders take the field here in the 5th game of this 6-game series between the Rough Riders and the Travelers. And Jack Leiter, the #1 Rangers prospect, makes his 5th start of the season. Hi, everybody. Alongside Chris Jarrett, I'm Zach Bigley. Happy to have you along high atop Riders Field here in Frisco, Texas. Jack Leiter walks out of the dugout and onto the mound. Good crowd here on hand at Riders Field as the Rough Riders at 15-10 have the best record in the Texas League South. They take on the Arkansas Travelers at 12-13 in the middle of the Texas League North Division. Chris, let's take a look at the starting lineups for today as Jack Leiter and Peyton Alford match up on the pitcher's mound.
Let's do it, Zach. In the center fielder, Tanner Kerwer at the top of the card for the Travelers. In right, Jack Larson batting second. He's changed his number to 7 this week. Jake Shiner at third, batting third. And the designated hitter, Joe Rizzo, in the cleanup spot for Arkansas tonight. Zach DeLoach in left, batting 5th. Patrick Frick at second base in the 6th spot. And 79 for the Travelers of Jake Anchia, the catcher, at first. Connor Hoover and Riley Unroe, the shortstop, batting in the bottom spot of the card. Now for the Frisco Rough Riders at home on Saturday night. The shortstop, Johnny Ornelas, leading off. Justin Foscue, the designated hitter, batting second. Dustin Harris back in left field. He'll bat third. And Ezekiel Duran batting cleanup, the second baseman Duran tonight. Blaine Krim at first, batting 5th. Josh Stowers ranging center. He'll bat 6th. Switch hitting catcher, David Garcia batting 7th. Kellen Strom in right, batting 8th. And for the first time this season, the third baseman, Nash Knight, off the development list earlier today. He will round out the bottom of the Riders card.
Happy Nash Knight night.
That's right, yeah. Nash Knight night.
Good to see Nash Knight in there for the first time this season. As you mentioned, Chris, in the bottom of the order for the Rough Riders at third base. So Jack Leiter takes the mound for the Frisco Rough Riders. 0-2 with a 2.84 ERA through his first 4 starts of his professional career. His last time out against Midland, 3 innings, allowing 4 runs, though just 2 of them were earned. He struck out 3 and walked 1 in his 7-4 Rough Riders loss. We keep going back, Chris, to that first start here against these Arkansas Travelers on April 9th. What a great start it was, introducing himself to everyone in the Rangers organization and the fans here in Frisco. 7 strikeouts through 3 innings. He was really strong.
Really good, and just a lot of pitches. And sometimes that we've seen Leiter, he'd go out and soldier through some at-bats. But that first one, he finished a lot with strikeouts. We mentioned 7 of the 9 outs recorded ended with strikes. So really dominant, and it was against these Travelers. So we can see if he rolls it over again tonight.
We're looking forward to it. Tanner Kerwer in from the right side. Leiter, the right-hander, with his shoulders square to the third base dugout, looks over the top of his glove, winds back, and away we go from Frisco. A fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1, and we're underway at 6:38 in the p.m. here in North Texas. Leiter back into his windup, glove over the tip of the cap, the 0-1. In the air, right side, and foul back into the stands, and it's 0-2. Jack Leiter, a 5-pitch mix. Fastball, cutter, curveball, slider change. Righty-righty to begin things here at Riders Field. He's back into his windup, and the 0-2. Swing and a good foul back into Garcia's glove. And the Riders catcher hangs on. It's the first strikeout for Jack Leiter. He wastes no time, 3 pitches, and he sits him down. A good heater there on 97 miles an hour.
A little bit of an edge to him, and he's already back set on the mound. He's working fast, Zach.
And he is ready to go. That's the kind of ferocity he comes out with in the starts, especially here at home. First pitch to Jack Larson. Fastball right on the upper outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Fastball will be in the 92 to 98 mile an hour range. He'll take some off of it sometimes. 0-1 toss. Fastball right on the outside corner. Another perfect pitch for a strike. 5 pitches out of Leiter's right hand. All of them have been in the zone today. He's quickly ahead, 0-2 on Larson. Back into his wind, the 0-2. A fly ball hit well into deep left center field. Harris going back to the warning track, reaches out, can't get it. It hits off the warning track up against the fence. Larson cruises into second with his first double of the season. Going to the opposite way, and he hit it well. Got a pitch out over the plate. Got the barrel to it and drove it over Dustin Harris's head in left field. And Jake Shiner hits now. And that's just the second hit that Jack Leiter has allowed in the first inning all season long.
Yeah, and Harris, as we know, Zach, moved out to the outfield. Reigning Rangers Tom Grieve minor league player of the year. And as he kept running to the right, that ball kept tailing to the left and just overran it.
Leiter from the stretch now. First pitch. First pitch curve in there for a strike at the top of the zone. 0-1 on Shiner. Dustin Harris is getting better and better out there in the outfield, but still learning. And it ends up being a double for Jack Larson. 0-1 toss. Fastball high and away. 96 on the gun, 1-1. Give you the rest of the defense behind Jack Leiter today. Alongside Dustin Harris in the outfield, Josh Stowers in center, and Kellen Strom out in right. Nash Knight at third, Johnny Ornelas at short, Ezekiel Duran has second, and Blaine Prim plays first. 1-1. Slips outside and another curveball, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. David Garcia puts down the signs for Jack Leiter. Garcia has been Leiter's catcher this year. Leiter looks in, spins the ball behind his back, has his sign. The right-hander comes set, 2-1. Curveball hit foul back behind home. Right into the netting, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris, something we've been wanting to see from Jack Leiter is filling up the strike zone and using fewer pitches. That's the thing that he's run into. He's been very good in a lot of his starts. From the stretch, he offers in the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with the curveball. Got him off the outside corner. Second strikeout for Jack Leiter.
Yeah, through his first 2 misses of the zone and that at bat to Shiner, after being really, really efficient to start out of the gate despite the double from Larson, he bounces back with back-to-back off speeds and Shiner way over top.
Nothing but fastball, curveball so far from Leiter. He faces the left-handed batting Joe Rizzo. Leiter's pitch. Another curve, this one low of the zone, a check swing, and Rizzo is able to hold. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Rizzo's been a bit of a thorn in the side of the Rough Riders here in this series. Accounted for 3 runs, a couple doubles as well. From the stretch, Leiter looks back towards second, kicks, deals. Fouled away left side, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Rough Riders with their cream uniforms today, pants and tops, red double R ball cap. On the other side, it's the camo uniforms for Arkansas, gray pants, black ball cap with a gray brim. 1-1. Curveball just high off the outside corner. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's the first time we've seen Leiter in the Riders in the creams.
Yeah, that's right. Third home start. Pitched in the slates in his first start, and then in the it's going to be May uniforms. 2-1. High drive out to right field, sending Strom back. He's under it, makes the catch. Loud contact from Joe Rizzo, but a line out to right. Jack Leiter just allowed 1 hit in a scoreless first inning. Now we go to the bottom half of the first, where Johnny Ornelas leads it off against Peyton Alford. The left-hander back into his windup in the pitch. High off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnny Ornelas, Justin Foscue, Dustin Harris. The first 3 due up for the Rough Riders in the home half of the first. Alford back into his wind, the 1-0. High and away, 2 balls, no strikes. The Rough Riders have scored a run in the first inning in 3 of the 4 games so far in this series. Wind back and the 2-0 pitch. Fits on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 2-1. And they'll try to attack Peyton Alford here in the first inning, a guy who's making his first career minor league start. He peels, 2-1. High off the outside corner, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. If you're tuning in expecting to see George Kirby, well, surprise, he got called up to the big leagues. So a late scratch for today. 3-1. Off the outside corner, ball 4. Johnny Ornelas coaxes a walk. Rough Riders a leadoff base runner here in the bottom half of the first inning. So George Kirby will be making the start for the Seattle Mariners at the big league level tomorrow. And so Peyton Alford, who's worked 4 games out of the bullpen so far for the Travelers, is inserted into the starting rotation, and he makes the spot start. Left-hander on the mound. Foscue, the right-hander, in from the right-handed side. From the stretch, here's the offering in. Just off the outside corner and low. 1 ball, no strikes. So congratulations to George Kirby.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a guy in Peyton Alford that we mentioned is making his first pro start, but already a walk, and the walks have been a bit of an issue for the lefty.
From the stretch, he kicks, fires. Inside, nearly hit Foscue. He shies out of the way of it, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. You mentioned the walk's a problem for Alford. 9 walks over 11 innings this year. We saw the starter yesterday, Connor Jones, with a lot of trouble with the walks. 7 walks in his start, 4 2/3 innings. 2-0. Fastball up high, 3-0. So Alford already walked the first batter he saw, Johnny Ornelas, and now Justin Foscue facing a 3-0 count. Ready from the stretch. The left-hander closed off. He fires. One fits on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 3-1. Defense behind Alford today, Zach DeLoach in left field, Tanner Kerwer in center, and Jack Larson in right. Jake Shiner at third, Riley Unruh has short, Patrick Frick is the second baseman, and Connor Hoover plays at first. Jake Anchia sets up low and in, the pitch high and outside. Whoa, called a strike by Ben Ingstrand. 3-2. Back pick down to first, as Foscue had already tossed away the bat and undone his shin guard. A late strike call from Ingstrand. 3-2. Alford ready from the stretch. Ornelas takes his lead. Here's the southpaw's pitch. Fouled straight back. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Rough Riders offense that had been very good coming into this series, but has struggled against this Arkansas pitching staff. Travelers with a 2-1 win in Game 1. A 6-3 win in Game 2. From the stretch. Payoff pitch on the way. A fly ball into right field and shallow. Larson, a long run in, still running, still sprinting. He watches it drop in fair. A bloop base hit for Justin Foscue the other way, and a ball that seemed to hang up in the air forever. It finally came down and was fair by about 2 feet. Still on the grass, not quite on the dirt. Down the right side. Ornelas moves up to second, 2 aboard for the Riders.
And it works out for Foscue. You'll take the base hit over the walk every day. One that he walked into a bit, just kept on drifting away with the wind that we've got from Larson in right field. Good base running by Ornelas to stay down the line, but stay close to first.
Now Dustin Harris, first pitch. Breaking ball settles outside, 1 ball, no strikes. You mentioned the wind, Chris. It's blustering in right now from right field, so that ball being blown back in towards the infield from Larson. Normally we'll have wind blowing out to left here at Riders Field, but not tonight. Pitch to Harris. Another breaking ball that flutters outside, 2 balls, no strikes. The Rough Riders with 2 aboard and nobody out, home half of the first, no score. Foscue continues to hit. That bloop base hit gives him an 11-game on-base streak. From the stretch, 2-0 offering to Dustin. Low and away, 3 balls, no strikes, and Peyton Alford has started all 3 hitters in this game so far with a 3-ball count.
Yeah, just not doing himself any favors to try and at least be aggressive in some way. A Riders team that has scored some runs this week, but for the most part, not what they've shown on the season.
3-0 toss. High, ball 4. Bases loaded for the Rough Riders. Now Johnny Ornelas to third, Justin Foscue to second, Dustin Harris to first, and here's Ezekiel Duran. But for the second consecutive day, the Rough Riders threatening in the first inning thanks to free passes. Yesterday, it was back-to-back walks to Justin Foscue and Dustin Harris before an Ezekiel Duran RBI single. And today, walk, single, walk, loads the bases up with nobody out. And a pitching mound visit from Sean McGrath, the pitching coach for Arkansas.
It's a team in Frisco, Zach, that we saw score first before their opponent in every single game starting on the opening night on April 8th until April 19th against Northwest Arkansas. They reached the scoreboard first. So a team that, with patient at-bats, loading the bases for, bring the guy up with the bases loaded that had a 4-for-5 night last night.
Ezekiel Duran hits in his first 4 at-bats. Third Rough Riders player to pick up a 4-hit night, along with Blaine Krim and Johnny Ornelas. Unfortunately, in a losing effort. Rough Riders have scored first in 15 of their 25 games so far this year, entering tonight. Offering in. High and outside to Duran, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Frisco 11-4 in those games when they score first. Pretty good mark. Bags juiced for Ezekiel Duran. Right-handed batter, left-handed thrower. 1-0 toss. High and away. 2 balls, no strikes.
And now the Arkansas bullpen just looking like a scattered camp of numerous different guys. Everyone standing right now and then getting loose in case whatever happens here.
2-0. Duran swings, cracks it high in the air, shallow right field. Hoover, the first baseman, into foul territory. He's under it, makes the catch. Now Duran pops out, and there's the first out. And if you're Peyton Alford, that's best case scenario. Maybe second best case outside of a double play. 1 out, here's Blaine Krim. Rough Riders and Travelers, no score. Bases loaded for the Riders in the home half of the first. First pitch to Krim. High and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Blaine Krim on an uncharacteristic slump. Just 2 for 13 here in the series. 0 for 3 night with a walk yesterday. Alford, the 1-0. Krim takes a breaking ball for a strike, knee level inside corner. 1-1. Alford, the former Virginia Tech product, making his first start of his minor league career. Here's the stretch. And the 1-1. A fly ball into right field should be deep enough. Larson back on it. He comes in, makes the catch. Runner tags from third. Ornelas to the plate, and he scores easily. Sacrifice fly for Blaine Krim. Rough Riders on the board first here in the first inning. Foscue tags from second, moves to third. Dustin Harris remains at first base. Blaine Krim with a sacrifice fly, driving in his 15th run of the season. Brings Josh Stowers to the plate. The center fielder looking for his first hit of the series. Runners on the edges, 2 outs, 1 in. Alford's pitch. Stowers swings, hits it in the air to center field. Kerwer back on it. He's got a beat on it, and he makes the play. Side comes to a close for the Riders. Top 2, Jack Leiter back to the mound. Rough Riders a 1-0 lead. Zach DeLoach, Patrick Frick, Jake Anchia, the 3-2 up for Arkansas. A left fielder in from the left side. One back from Leiter in the first pitch. Fouled away left side, and it's 0-1. DeLoach, a home run in this series. Back from the windup. Here's the right-hander's pitch. Ground ball up the middle. The second baseman Duran dives after it. Can't get it. It's into center. A seeing eye single for Zach DeLoach. Not hit terribly hard, but perfectly placed right up the box. Duran was shaded more to his left and had a long way to go to try and get that. Base hit for Zach DeLoach, his 4th of the series, as he's now 4 for 14. And Patrick Frick makes his way. Offering in. Off the outside corner, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Frick has had a really good series himself. 4 for 8 in this set so far. Leiter ready from the stretch. The 1-0. In the air out to right field. Kellen Strom drifting into the alley. He's under it, makes the play. 1 out, and Jake Anchia makes his way in. Anchia playing in his 14th game. He's traded back and forth with Matt Scheffler for the catching duties for Arkansas. Rough Riders lead 1-0, 1 out, runner aboard here in the top of the second. Leiter ready from the stretch. He offers home. Just off the outside corner, 1 ball, no strikes. Something we talked about with Leiter in that first inning was pitch efficiency. He's thrown a lot of pitches so far through his first 4 starts. Hasn't gotten into the 5th inning. 1-0. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. In his most recent outing at Midland, he went 3 innings with a season-high 76 pitches, just 48 for strikes. He readies from the set, and time called. Garcia behind the plate. Wants to redo things. But early on here in this one, he's been much more aggressive. 15 pitches, 11 strikes in that first inning. 1-1. Bounces in there, gets away from Garcia all the way back to the netting. And that allows DeLoach to move up. A wild pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike on Anchia. Leiter with a 2-pitch out on Frick, and this will be the 4th pitch to Anchia. So really one of the biggest things that will lead to that is his fastball command, as we've talked to Jeff Andrews, Riders pitching coach, about Leiter many times. He readies, and the 2-1. Fouled straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count flattens out. Andrews has talked about the importance of his fastball command. The slider and the curveball are both very good off-speed pitches, but really all hinges on his fastball, which will be in the mid to upper 90s. From the stretch, the 2-2. Curveball, strike 3 called right on the outside corner. Jack Leiter with a beautiful hook on the edge. He picks up strikeout number 3. 2 away, here's Connor Hoover. It's so easy to forget that Jack Leiter is still just 22 years old. Turned 22 on April 21st. This is his first professional season. He's still learning. He readies. Pitch to Hoover. Fastball just outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 96 miles an hour. Biggest thing for Jack Leiter is using this as a chance to improve and develop, and he certainly has. 1-0. Curveball low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second. 2 outs. Top of the second inning. 1-0. Rough Riders lead it. Leiter from the stretch, the 2-0. This is down low of the zone. 3 balls, no strikes. So much pressure on the young man, the 17th best prospect in all of baseball. It's by MLB.com. And it's so easy to forget that he's still in his development stages, and in some ways he has a long way to go, but so much promise. 3-0. Fastball strike, outside corner. 3-1. And that's why it's so exciting, and that's why thousands of people come out to watch him pitch. Another great crowd here on a Saturday night. He's ready from the stretch. 3-1. Chopper to first. Blaine Krim, a nice pick to his left. Takes it to the bag himself. And there's the final out of the second inning. He gets a high five from Jack Leiter on his way off the field. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left on base. Bottom second. David Garcia starts it off for the Riders. First pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike on the upper edge, 0-1. Bottom half of the second inning, 1-0 Rough Riders. Peyton Alford back into his windup, and he delivers home. A slider fits on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Garcia, Kellen Strom, Nash Knight, 3-2 up in the bottom third of the order for the Rough Riders. Peyton Alford trying to work around a very tough first inning. Only allowed the 1 run, but walked 2. 0-2. Way high and outside, all the way back to the backstop. Let that one go a little bit early, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Rough Riders would have loved to come away with more in that first inning, but only the 1. 1-2. Hit on a line down the right field side, in towards the corner. It drops in fair. Garcia around first on his way to second. Larson digs it out in the corner, gets it back in, but Garcia pulls into second with his 3rd double of the year. Great approach with 2 strikes for Garcia. A pitch down and away. He got the barrel to it, lined it down the right field line. And a 2-bagger to lead things off here in the second inning for the Riders against Alford. First hit of the series for Garcia. And Kellen Strom steps in from the right side. Garcia leads from second, 1-0 Riders. And the first pitch. Strom takes high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Fun for Strom. He has family in town. His dad's here. Was here yesterday as well from the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch. Off the outside corner, gets off Anchia's glove all the way back to the backstop, and Garcia moves up to third. Pass ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Kellen Strom's dad, Kurt, was an All-American wrestler at the University of Oregon. And he's here in attendance today to watch his son for the weekend. Flew out from Eugene, Oregon. Infield comes in. Here's the stretch, 2-0. High and inside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Strom had the day off yesterday. First day his dad was in town, but in the lineup today in the 8 spot. Trying to drive in the game's second run. Here's the stretch from Alford, and the pitch home. Strom takes on the outside corner, upper edge for a strike. 3-1 on the Riders' right fielder. The infield is in, but they're slightly back of the cut of the grass because Garcia is a catcher. Not the best speed at third. 3-1. Swing and a miss and an elevated heater. 3-2. Strom, 1 hit in the series, a double back in game 1. Outfield plays slightly to pole. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a pitch down low and inside. Strom strikes out swinging. First K for Alford. 1 out here in the second. Runner at third for Nash Knight. Great to see Nash Knight finally getting an at-bat. Knight began the season on the Rough Riders roster, was placed on the development list right before opening day. From the stretch, Alford delivers. Knight takes high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. And he was just taken off the development list yesterday. His first at-bat of the season for a guy who has almost 500 minor league games under his belt. A Denton, Texas native. Not too far away from here. 1-0. Hard ground ball to third. Scooped up by Shiner. Looks back the runner. Slings it on to first and gets Knight for the second out. So after the double by David Garcia, Rough Riders with a strikeout and a ground out. Back up to the top of the order for Johnny Ornelas, and the infield retreats back. Ornelas drew a walk in the first, came in to score the game's lone run. 1-0 Rough Riders, bottom half of the second. 2 down, runner at third. Alford dangles the ball off to his left side, has his sign and stretches. First pitch. Ornelas takes high and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Couldn't ask for a much better guy to be up right now than Johnny Ornelas. Fourth best hitter in the league, average-wise. 1-0. A strike across the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Entering into today, hitting .364. Fourth best in all of AA. The best batting average in the Texas Rangers organization right now. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit foul on the ground. Third base side, some friendly fire into the Riders' dugout. Hey, and it popped up, and Justin Slate made a nice barehanded play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Riders' shortstop. Alford from the stretch. And the 1-2. Check, swing and a miss. He struck him out on a pitch down low and inside. Alford gives up a leadoff double, comes back, retires the Rough Riders in order, including a couple strikeouts. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Top of the third.
Jack Leiter back on the mound as we're set to start the third inning from Frisco, Texas. Chris Jarrett, Zach Bigley, your broadcast crew all summer. And Leiter righty-lefty to Riley Unroe. First pitch tattooed in the air to right center field. Strom quickly on the move, tracks it down. That makes a one-handed running catch for the first out.
Chris, 1 pitch, 1 out. The 30 pitches so far. First 7 outs recorded for Jack Leiter. That's exactly what we wanted to see.
Yeah, he's been really efficient, Zach. 15 in the first, 14 in the second. And as you mentioned, 1 pitch, 1 out to turn the lineup card to the top. Righty to Tanner Kerwer. First pitch. Rings it in at 93 for a called strike 1. Leiter already with the glove over his face. A nod to Garcia, the 0-1 pitch. Hanging, couldn't come down. Now an even count of a ball and a strike. Back-to-back innings for Arkansas. That they come away empty-handed. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left aboard. The 1-1. Same pitch, same result, still high and inside. 2 balls and a strike on the center fielder, Kerwer, that was really aggressive in his first trip to the plate. 3 pitches, went down swinging. Facing Leiter again. 2-1 offer. Fastball popped in the air out to right. Strom waiting underneath it. A lot less effort for the right fielder as he hauls it in for the second out. 5 pitches and 2 gone for Leiter here in the top of the third. Riders in front, 1-0. A Frisco win tonight sets up a bit of a showdown tomorrow where the Riders can look to win on Sunday, a Cole Reagan start, and force a split series. 2 gone, bases empty for the right fielder, Jack Larson. First pitch is a called strike 1. Jack Larson, Jack Leiter going at it with 2 gone. And Larson produced the first hit of 2 for Arkansas tonight, 0-1. In the air, foul over the Riders' dugout. Heading back towards the concourse. And it's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Leiter with good intent. Picked up his 3rd strikeout in the second. He's got at least 1 in each of his 2 frames produced already. Nod, the 0-2. Just a little low. Tempting offer for the left-handed hitter Larson. Didn't like it. And now a ball and 2 strikes. We mentioned earlier, 9 walks for Leiter this season coming into tonight, all against righties. He's had great success limiting pitches to left-handed hitters. The 1-2, blocked in the dirt by Garcia. So back-to-back off-speeds that die in front of the plate for Leiter as he's got the bases empty in the third. Both Arkansas and Frisco with 2 hits tonight. Time called for Ben Ingstrand to come out and dust the plate. Jake Bruner up the line at third base. And Alex Nash manning first base. Just to the left of Blaine Krim, Riders' first baseman. We're back set and a nod from Leiter as he motions home the break-even 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Just works his way back in fairgrounds as it's into the glove of the first baseman for out number 1. 1 pitch to Foscue and he's retired on the infield pop-up. Base is empty for Dustin Harris. It's Peyton Alford, the left-handed starter for Arkansas, back on the mound. It's his first professional start in the Mariners system. Lefty to Harris. First pitch is flown high in the air, foul territory, back all the way to the concourse. Actually above the concourse, a loud thud atop the suites. 0-1 to Harris. He walked in the first to load the bases. A really good scoring chance for the Riders. The 0-1. Started inside and then dropped out of the glove of Anchia. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. But nobody out, bases full. On a guy in Alford that has allowed a 4.91 ERA in 4 prior appearances. 1-1. Hard hit right side, just past the diving glove of Frick and into right field. 1 out base hit for Dustin Harris, his first of the night. And a runner aboard for Ezekiel Duran. Off speed at 74 that Harris just was able to hold up long enough to pull it foul. He pokes it into right field. Now a lefty-righty matchup on the second baseman, Duran. Alford set, the first pitch. Duran watches it low and inside, but just catch the corner for strike 1. Arkansas this week won 3 of the first 4 games played, continuing to last night. The 0-1, Harris going for second, swing and a miss for strike 2. The throw down, not in time. And Harris able to just get in there safely. Did that ball catch the back of his helmet? He was holding the back of his head. I think he's just in there safe. It popped out of the glove of the shortstop, Unroe. Take another look on stream. Yeah, a little bit off line, and it looked like he got contact on the helmet. So Harris getting attention from his manager, Jared Getter. Ichi Takazawa out there as well. Give him a swipe bag, though. He did successfully steal the base. It's an 0-2 count on Ezekiel Duran with a runner at second for him. Another stolen base for Dustin Harris, a 2020 batter last year. As we mentioned earlier tonight, the Rangers Tom Grieve, minor league player of the year for his efforts in Down East. And Hickory, low A and high affiliates of the Rangers, earned him a spot on the Riders' great camp roster. Takazawa jogging off the field, Gettert back to the third base coach's box, and Dustin Harris with the helmet back on, standing at second, all good. The at-bat to Duran will continue. No balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 Riders in the bottom of the third. Alford coming set at the belt, giving Harris a look once, twice, and now the 0-2. Pulled foul down the third base line. Just missed the sweets. Count stays 0-2 on Duran. We mentioned earlier tonight, a 4-hit night last night. Had an opportunity for a 5-hit night in the bottom of the 9th inning, bases empty, 2 outs. One of those scenarios that you'll dream up. 0-2 from Alford. Ripped in the air out to center field. Shallow enough for Kerwer to come in. Still pulling, and finally makes the grab as the wind got a hold of it. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Harris staying put at second. And here comes Blaine Krim. It was an opportunity for Duran last night to have the first 5-hit game since 2013 for Frisco, when Odubel Herrera did it for the Riders just almost 10 years ago. First pitch to Krim. Upstairs for ball 1. 90 on the fastball. From the lefty Alford. He's been pretty solid given the amount of base runners that he's put aboard. Pair of walks and a base hit in the first. Only 1 run came in. 1-0 pitch to Krim. Slides in for a called strike 1. Then in the second inning, a leadoff double from Garcia, and a pass ball put him at third with nobody out. Strom, Knight, and Ornelas due up to the plate, and they were all retired in order. 2 strikeouts for Alford. 1 ball, 1 strike. The lefty kicks but spins back to second, and Harris back easily with no throw. 1-0 Frisco in front in the bottom of the third. Trying to win to keep alive their chances of at least splitting this series. 1-1, high and away. Fastball broke 90 miles an hour, and it's 2-1 to Krim. Blaine Krim flying under the radar in terms of Rangers prospects. A guy that's got a pro ball lifetime OPS at 900. 2-1. Down in the dirt and blocked by the catcher Anchia. 3-1 count to him. Krim taken in the 19th round out of Mississippi College. Alford calling for a new one. Alford now coming set at the chest. 3-1 with 2 outs. A pitch. Called strike 2 inside. Alford doing a good job of running it inside on Krim from the left side. And it loads the count. RBI chance for Blaine Krim. And an opportunity for Frisco to pad a 1-0 lead. Harris leading at second. Alford's full count pitch. Missing low of the zone for ball 4. 2-out walk pulled by Krim, and that puts 2 aboard for Josh Stowers. Third walk allowed by Alford tonight. And approaching his first pro ball start in the Mariners system this season, 11 innings and 9 walks given up out of the Travelers' pen. Arkansas quickly got a number of arms stretching. Nobody throwing in the first inning. But now both bullpens kicking back and enjoying this Saturday night in Frisco, as are we. 2 aboard for Stowers. The pitch outside, way outside from Anchia, and both runners easily advance on the wild pitch. That wasn't quite close to the catcher Anchia, and both advance. Garcia advanced on the pass ball in the second. Mark this the wild pitch to put now 2 in scoring position for Josh Stowers. Returning from last year's Riders team. The 1-0 offer. Upstairs. Fastball on the early release from Alford to Stowers. And a quick grab of the rosin bag. He's called for new baseballs a few times. Rubs his left hand through the hair, pops the cap for a moment. Shaking off Anchia and now coming set. 2 balls, no strikes to the center fielder Stowers. Check swing, a little slow roller to Unroe. He'll throw to first, and it'll be a half tick in time to retire Stowers for out number 3. A 1-out single from Dustin Harris, 2-out walk to Blaine Krim, but no runs across, and Frisco carrying a 1-0 lead into the 4th inning on the Riders Baseball Network. On a beautiful Saturday night, May 7th, 2022, as we approach 7:30 the Central Time Zone. Jake Shiner, that is. Third baseman standing in. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Leiter, less than 40 pitches used. Here is number 40, and it's popped high in the air. Right side of the Riders infield, and Duran coming in with 2 hands. Squeezes for out number 1. Quick results on at-bats like that is what got Leiter quickly through the 3rd. 10 pitches, 6 strikes. To see his line enter the 4th at 39 pitches, 25 of them strikes. And now 40 pitches tonight. Bases empty, 1 gone for Joe Rizzo. Righty-lefty, the first pitch. Opposite way, a fly ball to left center. Stowers beating Harris in the alley, but the left fielder Harris making a moving grab. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Jack Leiter in the 4th. Couple balls that the Travelers batter's getting underneath of. That one catching the wind a bit for Harris out there in left, but he got it. Here's the left fielder, Zach DeLoach. Righty-lefty as Leiter fires home the first pitch. That's in for a called strike 1. If you hear some cheers, or back in the 2nd, DeLoach led the inning off with a couple cheers. This guy's from the Colony, Texas. It's less than 7 miles away from Riders Field. 0-1 bouncing away from Garcia, and the count's even 1-1.
Remember opening weekend, he had that whole cheering section behind
he did.
Arkansas dugout.
Leiter's 1-1. Outside, now 2 balls and a strike. We talked to Grant Anderson about an instance that happened while he was on the mound, and DeLoach was a part of. Back-to-back-to-back solo home runs for the Travs, 2-1. Ground ball right side, couple hops to Duran. Throw to first, and Krim's got it for out number 3. 6 pitches for Jack Leiter, and he is clear through the 4th inning. 4 scoreless frames for the righty starter and the Rangers' top prospect. Pro high, a career high for the first-year top prospect in the Rangers system of 4 innings tonight. Peyton Alford back on the bump. His first pitch high and outside for ball 1. Riders sending 7-8-9 to Garcia, Strom, and Knight to the plate. They lead it 1-0 on Saturday night. Garcia double back in the 2nd to get things going. 1-0. Again, high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes to the switch-hitting catcher Garcia. Was taking some ground balls at shortstop the other day. Getting some practice on the slow rollers. 2-0. Tipped foul at the plate. And it catches the mask of Anchia. Now 2-1. One of, and there's a lot of them, one of the nicest guys on this Riders roster that you'll come across. Talked to Garcia and said that when he signed, he was just 16 years old. He played some shortstop back in that day. 2-1 pitch. Wave and a miss for strike 2. Said, you think maybe you'll see some time back over there again? He says, oh no, just for fun, but he's plenty comfortable behind the plate. Alford a long look down. Reaching into his black glove for the break-even pitch. Here it is to Garcia. Tap back to the screen, foul. Remains 2-2.
I think one of the really fun things this year is going to be the maturity of David Garcia throughout this season. Just 22 years old. We've already seen how he's improved in terms of controlling a pitching staff, and that's such an important thing for a catcher. A young guy, a guy who English is his second language. He just keeps on getting better and better, and even through 1 month of the season, we've seen those improvements. As you mentioned, just a wonderful guy to be around.
Yeah. Alford's 2-2. Upstairs and outside at 73, a breaking ball that wouldn't come back down. Count full to the leadoff hitter for the Riders in the 4th inning, David Garcia. Kellen Strom on deck. And a 1-0 Riders lead. Payoff pitch. Outside, he lost them for ball 4. Garcia, patient trip to the plate. 2 trips for him to the dish tonight, and both times he's put aboard. 4th walk allowed by Alford. That's, Zach, the 3rd time of the 4 innings tonight that the Riders have put the leadoff man aboard.
Got to cash in.
Twice on the account of Garcia. Lefty-righty now for Alford to Kellen Strom, the right fielder. First pitch. Upstairs for ball 1.
Chris, we saw a season-high 11 left on base last night for the Rough Riders. 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position, and it's just been more of the same here tonight so far offensively.
It has been. Opportunities for Frisco here were the only run that they pushed across was Johnny Ornelas working a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 1st and a sac fly. They've had plenty of chances. The 1-0 will wait as Garcia. A couple quick steps back to the bag, and he's in there.
Chris, through 3 offensive innings, 5 left on base, 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position.
1-0 pitch to Strom. Works in for a called strike 1. Strom was sitting 3-0 in the 2nd after the leadoff double from Garcia. One of those, a pass ball that advanced the catcher 90 feet away. They couldn't bring him in. Alford's 1-1. Popped high in the air. The wind getting a hold of it. Anchia behind home plate, but maybe a separation of 2 feet. It bounced in the first row. The count now 1-2.
Right to a young fan wearing Riders gear. Brought the glove, made the nice play.
Bring the glove to the ballpark, good things happen. Still waiting on good things happening when we bring the glove to the booth. I want to get the glove up here. 1-2 upstairs, and the count's even. You had one awfully close your way last night.
Yeah, it bounced, hit off the window probably about 2 feet above us, right on line. If I brought the glove, who knows what I had.
You would have been hanging out the window. I'm not grabbing your ankles if you go out this window. 2-2 upstairs, and it's a full count to Strom.
You're saying you're going to let me fall out the window.
You haven't fallen yet, but all I'm saying is I'm not going after you. This thing, it's a long way down.
You better try to grab my
just
ankles.
the baseball, Zach.
Okay.
Lights are on at Riders Field as about 7:45. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The throw to first as Garcia slides back in. He's just in there. And a big lead for the catcher over at first. Strom goes down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. Here's the 3rd baseman, Nash Knight. Zach, you mentioned it earlier, but an awesome story in Nash Knight, the native of Denton, Texas. Just down the road, really, from Riders Field. Nash will turn 30 before the end of the year. Lefty-righty to him. It's high for ball 1. Out of Dallas Baptist, a professional career that started in the Blue Jays system all the way back in 2015. 1-0. Low and inside, and Chia lost it for the moment, but Garcia, not a notable speedster, stays at first. Now 2-0. I was in college at Central Michigan and worked for the Lansing Lugnuts with Jesse Goldberg Strassler. Nash Knight, one of the first guys that I met there, and saw that he was on this team about 4 years later. I was excited. 2-0 pitch. That's in there. Breaking ball at 75 for a called strike 1. Had to go up and meet him. I said, Nash, do you remember me? We had an interview in a dugout in Dayton, Ohio. He said, yep. I sure do. Every day. How you doing? 2-1, low and in the dirt, blocked. It's now 3 balls and a strike. I remember in that interview, just a kid from Texas. He had a little twang in his voice. A little slight drawl. And had a run in AAA this last year, and then released after a 2021 season with Buffalo. 3-1 pitch to him. In the air, over the net, and a foul ball. Loads the count, 3-2. Boy, Souvenir City tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. Plenty of fans out there to get souvenirs.
Another glove.
Hey, there it is. And since that time you last interviewed Nash, he's a father now.
He is. Life has moved fast for the both of us. 3-2 pitch. In the air to shallow center, and it's towards Kerwer. He'll come in a bit and make a running grab for out number 2. Garcia staying at first. Top of the order coming up in Johnny Ornelas. Yeah, it's, I think, the coolest part, and you hear this from the most part. It's just having avenues that you depart and then you meet up again down the line. It's a big network, and it's really fun.
Baseball's a small world.
Yeah, I mean, you meeting Kellen Strom's dad yesterday.
Yeah.
Had ties in high school. It's crazy. First pitch to Ornelas, opposite way, a dribbler into right field, base hit. Garcia holds up at second. And Ornelas with his first hit of the night. Jumps on the first pitch from Peyton Alford. And there's 2 aboard now for Justin Foscue.
I just put a button on that. Kurt Strom, Kellen's dad, was my 7th grade Little League coach.
Crazy. That's crazy. Infield coming in. And Colin Cowgill, the former big leaguer, out of the Travs dugout. Clap of the hands, and he'll take the ball from the lefty starter Peyton Alford, who departs here in the bottom of the 4th. Couldn't get the final out of the frame. Gave up a walk and a base hit. And Arkansas making their first turn to the bullpen tonight. We'll step aside on the Riders Baseball Network. Frisco looking to pad their 1-0 lead when we come back. Right-hander Devin Sweet out on the mound. Night comes to a close for the lefty starter for Arkansas, Peyton Alford, but don't close the book on him quite yet. He departs with 2 aboard and 2 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Chris Jarrett, Zach Bigley back with you at Riders Field. Here's Justin Foscue. First pitch to him. Finds the zone for a called strike 1. This is Devin Sweet that makes his 2nd appearance of the series. Got the win last time out. Also a blown save in the same ball game. Oh, one comes home. Outside. Now a ball and a strike. That was a tough one for the Riders, where they were able to come back and tie that ball game up going into the 9th inning. 1-1 pitch. Gets away from Manchia. Both runners advance. Garcia down to 3rd. And a slow cruise for Ornelas to 2nd. Now a big RBI spot for Justin Foscue with the speed of Ornelas at 2nd. A base hit could just might bring in 2. And that just got away from Manchia, Zach.
That's a 2nd pass ball. It's just right off the tip of his glove. He's just trying to grab it, pull it back onto the outside corner to frame it, but he started moving the glove before the ball was secured.
A quick 2-1 to Foscue as Sweet kicks and throws. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Sweet back on May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
And with you.
It was Star Wars night. Inning in 2/3. He came in the 8th. Gave up a Johnny Ornelas solo fly. It tied it 2-2. Pulled down the 3rd baseline and just foul. That close. Yeah, and Sweet went on to get the win. Michael Streifler came in for Arkansas and picked up save number 5. 2 strikeouts in the 9th for him.
That ball off Foscue's bat, not fouled by more than 6 inches.
No. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Sweet in from the pen. Kicks and throws. Inside it, almost hit Foscue. And the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Foscue not with the team on opening night. Joined them, though, not much longer after. Needed a few weeks in extended spring training. Just some back soreness. 3-2. Fastball inside. He just lost him at 92 miles an hour. Bases now loaded for Dustin Harris.
2 more trips on base here in this game for Foscue. He came in a 10-game on-base streak with an almost 500 on-base percentage during that stretch. It just continues.
He's really gotten into a groove. 1 homer for him this year, and it was a grand slam in his first week back at Riders Field. Ended 2021 a Rider.
He also has 7 doubles this year.
302 average for him, and a 915 OPS. It's time for Dustin Harris, though, with the bases loaded and 2 gone. Mentioned the woes for Frisco last night. The runners in scoring position. Big spot for Dustin. Righty-lefty the first pitch. Just missed the outside edge for ball one. Harris tonight has been doing just fine getting aboard. A walk in the first and a base hit in the third. Has yet to come in to score. Sweet kicks the 1-0. Outside, 80 miles an hour. Make it 2 balls, no strikes. Riders bullpen kicking back down the left field line and enjoying tonight's game. It'll be Jack Leiter in the 5th. Sweet's 2-0 pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. 92 that Harris. Sees one, and now he's good from the left side. Bases loaded for him in a 1-0 ball game. Riders doubling Arkansas in the hit department. 4 hits to the Travelers, 2. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as Harris wasn't quite sure on it. Went all the way around for strike 2, and now the count's even. Sweet walked the first batter faced in Justin Foskey, who's at first. Ornelas at second. And Garcia, who led the inning off with a walk, at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sweet comes home. Pulled down the first baseline, a bouncing stop from Hoover. He'll throw to Sweet and a leaping catch to tap the bag. And the final out in the bottom of the 4th. Another huge run-scoring chance, passing Frisco by, and they strand him full. 1-0 Riders. We go to the 5th, and out comes Jack Leiter on the Riders Baseball Network.
Pitching in the 5th inning as a Rough Rider. Here's the wind back. First pitch to Patrick Frick. Slashed foul out of play, right side, up into the Sweet level. And it's 0-1. Patrick Frick, Jake Anchia, Connor Hoover, the first 3 due up. It's 6, 7, 8 in the Arkansas order. As Chris mentioned, it's 1-0. Rough Riders lead it here in the 5th. Offering in. Fastball dots the outside corner. Quickly 0-2. Leiter ultra efficient tonight. The best version of Jack Leiter we've seen so far at the professional ranks. 45 pitches through 4 innings, 0-2. Low and away, he missed with a heater, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 45 pitches, 29 strikes. He has been filling it up, 4 Ks through his 4 innings so far. Looks over the top of his glove, back into his wind, and the 1-2 pitch. Curveball hit in the air to right field, right at Kellen Strom, who trots in a couple steps, makes the grab. And there's 1 away.
And Zach, it was 10 pitches, 6 strikes in the 3rd, 6 pitches, 4 strikes in the 4th inning. He's worked really fast. We've seen 98 out of his hand tonight. He's looked really, really good.
You can look at the 4 strikeouts, Chris, and say it's only 4 strikeouts. We've seen better from Jack Leiter this year in the strikeout department. Here's the wind back and the offering to Anchia. Fastball, just low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. But there's no doubt this is the best version we've seen of Leiter.
I think so. And he's allowed his defense to make some plays, but it's been hits that Arkansas has been underneath. A couple weak hit fly balls to the outfield.
1-0. Curveball slipped out of his hand, missed high and inside. 2-0.
And the long at-bats were a big issue for him, but we haven't seen anything over 5 pitches tonight.
He peels the 2-0. Swing and a foul back into Garcia's glove. 2-1. Big rip and a miss from Anchia, who struck out looking back in the 2nd. Leiter's 2-1. Swing and a miss. Another elevated fastball. 95 on the gun. We've seen him at 98 a couple times tonight with the heater. Anchia calls time, steps out. 2-2 with 1 out, bases clear. 1-0 Rough Riders in the 5th. Leiter winds back. The 2-2. Low and outside. Another fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That time 97 miles an hour. Squares his shoulders to the 3rd base dugout. Glove over the cap. 3-2. Swinging a foul. Caught a big chunk of home plate umpire Ben Ingstring. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Leiter has retired now a long stretch. 10 in a row. He winds back in the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Upstairs with the fastball. Got Anchia to cut through it. 5 strikeouts for Jack Leiter, 2 away. Climbed the ladder with the high heat. right at the top of the zone. Jack Leiter, 5 Ks, 2 outs here in the 5th. He is locked in tonight. Elite level stuff from the number 17 prospect in baseball. He winds in the pitch to Hoover. A fly ball into shallow left field. Harris charging on, still running, still going, and a sliding catch! Oh, what a play by Nash Knight! The third baseman going back, sliding an over-the-shoulder grab. Devin Sweet back on the mound for Arkansas. Home half of the 5th inning. Rough Riders with a 1-0 advantage. Ezekiel Duran leads things off. Right-handed batter against the right-handed thrower. Wind back in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on him first offering. Way out in front. It's 0-1. How about Jack Leiter? 57 pitches through 5 shutout innings with 5 Ks. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good pitch off the outside corner. 0-2. Leiter has just surrendered 2 hits. He's retired 12 in a row. And he has been electric tonight. 0-2. Down low. Missed with a change. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is something we expected to see at some point. He's kind of flirted with a high pitch count over his last few starts. And now he is at the top of his game. 1-2. High fly ball hit to left field, way back there. That ball is gone. Way over the in-touch home run terrace. Ezekiel Duran touches off his 3rd home run of the year. 414 feet. 2-0 Rough Riders. Duran knew it off the bat on a 1-2 pitch. He sent it way over the in-touch home run terrace, 101 miles an hour off the bat. Blaine Krim bats now, first offering. He swings, breaks his bat, grounds it out to short. Unrow charges, picks, throws on the run, and gets him. And there's 1 away. Krim didn't even know where the ball went. He shattered his bat with the barrel flying behind home. He looked back towards where the barrel of the bat went behind him and then tried to run on to first, but it was an easy play for Monroe. Well, Rough Riders now lead 2-0. Solo home run for Ezekiel Duran. Josh Stower's the batter now. Offering it. That one misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Sweet giving up the solo home run to start the 5th. 1-0 pitch. A bunt out in front of home. It deadens right in front. And Chia, the catcher, bare hands, throws him out at first. And there's 2 outs. That ball would have just kept rolling a little bit and not deadened right down on the dirt in front of home plate. Would have been a closer play, but Stower's easily retired on the bunt. 2-3. David Garcia bats now. Open stance. Wind back, pitch home. High off the outside corner, 1 ball, no strikes. David Garcia reached twice tonight. A double and a walk. The offering in, bounces in there, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Good to see Duran picking up his 3rd home run of the season as he continues to knock out extra base hits. Now 15 extra base hits this year. Sweet looks in. He has his sign, winds and deals. High off the outside corner, 3 balls, no strikes on Garcia. Duran with 12 doubles, 3 home runs. Sweet winds and fires in the 3-0. Fastball catches the outside corner, belt high for a strike, 3-1. Garcia's first at bat of the night from the left side. The switch hitter doubled and walked from the right side. Sweet back into his wind and he steps off. Time called, pitch clock violation. That's ball 4. So Sweet started back into his windup and forgot that he can't stop his windup like a normal game because of the pitch clock. It's a violation and it's ball 4. So David Garcia makes his way down to first with his 2nd walk today. He's reached all 3 times. And Kellen Strom, who is 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts, makes his way in from the right side. 2-0 Frisco, home half of the 5th inning, 2 outs. First pitch. Chopper, third base side. Shiner comes up, picks, slings it on the run over to first, and he retires strong for the final out of the 5th inning. Rough Riders get a run, though, on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Solo home run from Ezekiel Duran to make it 2-0 Frisco. Top half of the 6th here in Riders Field. Alongside Chris Jarrett, I'm Zach Bigley. Very happy to have you along on this beautiful Saturday night in Frisco, Texas. Riley Unroe starts it off. Left-handed batter. Here's the wind back and Leiter's pitch. Fastball, strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Unroe, a line out to right field, his first time up on the first pitch from Leiter. The right-hander back into his windup and the pitch home. Outside to the switch hitter, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Unroe is a guy who's been around for a long, long time. Originally a draft pick back in 2013 by the Tampa Bay Rays, foregoing his USC commitment. 1-1. He swings, flies it out of play left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Played in the Tampa Bay organization for a long, long time. Before he was Rule 5'd away in 2018 from Tampa Bay to the Angels. Leiter, the 1-2. Soft tapper, back out in front of home. Leiter picks, sets his feet, throws low to first. Krim picks it out. Nice play from Blaine Krim on a tough, soft throw from Jack Leiter. Krim lowered his feet, or lowered his body, I should say, picked it out of the dirt. And Jack Leiter has another out in a row. 13 consecutive retired by the Rough Riders starter. Tanner Kerwer bats now. 2-0 Rough Riders. Top of the order, 3rd time through. Leiter issues home. Pop foul, right side. 0-1. Well, Unroe was then Rule 5 once again the next year in 2019, taken by Atlanta in the minor league Rule 5 draft. Here's the 0-1. Strike on the outside edge, 0-2. And then after spending 19 and 20 and 21 with Atlanta, he signed as a free agent by the Mariners. That's why he's here with Arkansas. One back from Leiter in the 0-2. Low, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 97 on the fastball from Leiter. Jack continues to work with ultra efficiency. Here comes his 65th pitch of the outing here in the 6th. Hard ground ball to short. Nice pick by Ornelas up by his face. He sets his feet, throws onto first, and just gets in. 2 outs here in the 6th. Leiter continues to pitch to contact. 14 in a row retired, and Jack Larson makes his way to the plate. Rough Riders' best is 15 in a row retired by Seth Nordland. Rough Riders reliever, so Jack trying to tie that. Leiter against Larson, the lefty. First pitch. Curveball sits outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Larson doubled in the first inning, one of just 2 hits allowed by Leiter. Double in the first, and then a Zach DeLoach single in the second. That's it. 1-0. Curveball again on the inside corner this time for a called strike. Slowing it down at 76 miles an hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. Slightly open stance from Larson. Rests the bat against his left shoulder. Leiter's 1-1. Chopper, easy play to the second baseman Duran. He vacuums it up, throws onto first. Jack Leiter. 6 strong innings. He's retired the last 15 he's seen. He's struck out 5, and the Rough Riders lead 2-0. New man on the mound for the Arkansas Travelers as Robert Winslow takes over. 3rd man out of the mound today for Arkansas. Winslow replaces Devin Sweet, who in turn replaced Peyton Alford, going 3 2/3 innings in his start. Rough Riders lead 2-0, bottom half of the 6th inning, in front of a wonderful crowd tonight of 7,028 here at Riders Field. 2nd largest crowd of the season, only eclipsed by the first Jack Leiter start on the first Saturday of the season. Robert Winslow faces Nash Knight to start things off in the 6th. Winslow, the 24-year-old, out of the Masters University, just brought up from High A Everett making his Double-A season debut. From the stretch, the right-hander delivers. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. It's also his Double-A debut in general. He has pitched 1 game in Triple-A. That was last year in 2021. He went 4 shutout innings out of the bullpen. 1-0. High off the outside corner, 2 balls, no strikes to Nash Knight, who was the star of that top half of the 5th inning, making a beautiful sliding catch going back into the outfield from his third base position. 2-0. High off the outside corner, 3 balls, no strikes. Knight 0 for 2 today. And the switch hitter batting from the left side for the first time tonight. He pinwheels the bat out towards the hill. The right-hander Winslow, 6'5", 215 pounds. He sets. The offering in. Fits on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 3-1. Winslow brought up here to Double-A despite really struggling in High A Everett, allowing 12 runs over his 8 innings. A 13.50 ERA. The offering, fastball, strike outside corner, 3-2. He did strike out 11, though, over those 8 frames, but walked 7. He sets and delivers home the payoff. Fouled away, left side. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's a Rough Riders team tonight that has left 9 on the base paths, leading 2-0. Despite 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Trying to manufacture some offense here in the 6th. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Knight chased a high fastball and strikes out. First strikeout for Winslow, and there's 1 away. Winslow replacing Devin Sweet, who went an inning and a third in relief of Peyton Alford, allowing a run on a hit, a solo home run from Ezekiel Duran. Didn't strike out a batter and walked 2. Top of the lineup for the Rough Riders. Johnny Ornelas stands in, 4th time through. First pitch. Ornelas takes one high and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. A 1 for 2 days so far for the Riders shortstop. A single, a walk, and a run scored. Rests the bat against his right shoulder. The right-hander from the stretch, the 1-0. Way outside. 2 balls, no strikes. There's just a different buzz around this place when Jack Leiter is pitching. Here's the stretch. 2-0 toss. A line drive into left field. DeLoach coming on. He's right there, makes the catch. Ornelas hit it hard, but right at Zach DeLoach, the left fielder, and he puts it away for the 2nd out of the 6th. Justin Foscue, the batter now. Foscue, a 1 for 2 day with a walk. From the stretch, offering it. Off the outside corner and misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Righty against righty. 2-0 Riders. 2 outs, bases clear. The pitch. Pop foul. Out of play right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rough Riders with 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Travs. From the stretch, the offering in. Inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Foscue, an open stance from the right side. Here's the stretch from Winslow. He kicks and delivers. Fouled straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on the Riders' DH tonight, normally a second baseman. Open stance. 2-2. Grounded right side, right at the second or first baseman, Connor Hoover. He scoops it up, takes it to the bag, and there's the final out of the 6th. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on base. Rough Riders retired quietly in the 6th inning to the top of the 7th.
New Riders pitcher on the mound is Grant Anderson. We're back to start the top of the 7th. From Frisco, Texas, Chris Jarrett, Zach Bigley. Here's the numbers on Anderson, making his 8th appearance on the season. 15 strikeouts for him in 13 1/3 innings of work. The night comes to a close for Jack Leiter, and what a night it was. Righty-righty matchup for Anderson against the third baseman Jake Shiner. He's 0 for 2 tonight. The first pitch, outside, missing for ball 1. The cool story on Anderson was he was drafted by the Mariners, 2018 out of McNeese State. 1-0 pitch. Catching the outer edge, and it evens up the count at a ball and a strike. We saw it when Arkansas came to town on opening weekend, and we've seen it this week. Old teammates, 1-1. Chopper that deflects off Shiner. The count works to 1-2 as it skipped off the plate and then off the inner leg of the Travelers' third baseman. Already one appearance for Anderson this week. It was back on May 3rd. The opening night, 2 innings for him of work, 2 walks, but no hits, no runs, and a strikeout. 1-2. Left it outside. Good tempting pitch to Shiner. Count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Riders making their first move to the pen after 6 scoreless from Jack Leiter. Top of the 7th, Riders 2-0 lead. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Shiner done on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. And Anderson able to cut down his first batter faced in the 7th. Joe Rizzo coming to the plate now, the designated hitter, digging in from the left side. With 2 innings from Anderson on Tuesday night, it extends his scoreless streak. First pitch to Rizzo, misses outside, ball 1. Anderson took the mound on April 8th, opening night. First is 1-0. Missing down and in, now 2 balls, no strikes. Just a third of an inning, recorded 2 walks. He was removed. Then made an appearance against Arkansas the following night. He recorded an inning. It was the final out of the 8th and 2 in the 9th. But boy, was it scary. 2-0. Called strike 1. An 8-4 ball game. Arkansas hit back-to-back-to-back solo home runs to make it a 1-run ball game in the 9th. 2-1 pitch. Hard hit out to left field, tailing away from Harris deep down the line, and it drops fair and off the wall. Rizzo takes the turn at first and heads for second. Throw back in is cut off, and a 1-out double from the designated hitter, Joe Rizzo. Zach DeLoach due up next. Since that outing for Anderson on April 9th, it's now been 12 innings for him that he has not allowed an earned run. He's allowed 1 run. It was unearned back on April 23rd against Northwest Arkansas. But it's been great stuff from Anderson. First pitch, DeLoach lets it miss outside, ball 1. Anderson played his college ball here in Texas at McNeese State, a native of Port Arthur down in South Texas. His 1-0 pitch, thought about from DeLoach, but he held up. 2 balls, no strikes, as the Travelers have been held off the scoreboard for the entire game so far. 2 hits for him. They both came in the first 2 innings, but Leiter breezed through the 3rd through the 6th. 2-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. After the base hit from DeLoach, 15 in a row sat down by Leiter. It was incredible. Runner at second, the 2-1. Tipped and foul at the plate as it got a piece of Garcia. He's now 2 hands on the dirt and now sitting back up on his knees. Ben Engstrand will walk one back out to Anderson as Garcia got a nasty piece of that foul ball. It's now 2-2.
It was a couple nights ago when it seemed like he got beat up over and over and over again. Took like 3 foul balls off of him. And
1 right to the groin, too.
Yeah, that's not fun. Saw him the next day. He said, "You doing all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm young."
That mindset runs out, unfortunately.
Yes, it does.
Little wave action at Riders Field. Humidity back. We'll be saying that this summer a good amount.
I know you're excited for that.
Yeah, thrilled. A dry heat yesterday that felt pretty good with the breeze every once in a while. Batting practice felt great up in the 90s. Anderson back set and ready for the 2-2 pitch. Just left it outside a little low. Count to DeLoach's full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Before the Rizzo double in the 7th, DeLoach represented the last base runner for Arkansas going all the way back to the 2nd inning. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now a pair of strikeouts for Anderson out of the Riders' pen. There's 2 gone in the 7th. Same pitch he got Shiner on. Just over 80 miles an hour for Anderson over the middle of the plate. Here's Patrick Frick. First pitch. Down the heart of the zone for a called strike 1. 93 from Anderson. Up against his old farm system tonight. The 0-1. Thought about, but Engstrand says all the way for strike 2 taken. Anderson with the stirrups to the knees. He comes set from the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Or was it a pitch clock violation first? Or a balk as Rizzo heads to third. Oh, before the strikeout, a balk from Grant Anderson advances Rizzo 90 feet away.
He didn't come set.
And the inning will continue. Anderson again, set. And the 0-2 outside at 84 for ball 1. 2-0 Riders in the top of the 7th inning. Anderson, the 1-2. Poked in the air down the first base line and towards the fans. It'll be out of the field of play, and the count stays 1-2. Travelers in their camos tonight. The gray pants. Frisco in the clean cream unis. They're at home. 1-2. Tipped foul at the plate. Patrick Frick just staying alive. And the count stays 1-2. Just over a 600 OPS for the Travelers' second baseman. On a 241 average, he's 0 for 2 tonight. Has lifted a ball to right field in both of his trips to the plate. 1-2. Outside. Frick working the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5 pitch at bat to Shiner. 4 pitch AB to Rizzo. He's at third. 6 to DeLoach. And now number 7 to Patrick Frick. Thought about. Engstrand says ring him up for strike 3. Despite the 1-out double, Grant Anderson hangs on to K the side in the top half, and we've arrived at the stretch at Riders Field. A 2-0 Frisco lead. To the bottom of the 7th we go. The home half of the 7th after the stretch on the Riders Baseball Network, and enter David Ellingson, the righty reliever for Arkansas, out of the pen. Chris Jarrett, Zach Bigley, your broadcasters tonight, back with you. Big thanks to you tuning in. Jack Leiter went 6 innings tonight, 5 strikeouts, no walks, 2 hits, and a scoreless 6-inning start. Setting a new career high in innings tallied up in a start for him this season. Just a quick outing for Robert Winslow to turn things over to the righty David Ellingson. Last contest for him came 2 nights ago. He'll face 3-4-5 for the Riders in the 7th. First pitch, Dustin Harris. Lets it go outside for ball one. Lefty starter for Arkansas, Peyton Alford, went 3 2/3. Devin Sweet an inning and a third behind him. The 1-0. Outside, Harris, a sharp eye to have the count work to 2-0. Sweet came out for the fifth and gave up the solo homer to Duran, 2-0. It scooted Dustin back, but came back in and nipped the inner edge for strike one. That was the only hit allowed by Sweet. Went over 400 feet over the left field wall for Duran. Absolute pole shot. 2-1. Inside. Harris now sitting 3 balls and a strike. 4 prior at-bats tonight for the young left fielder. A walk in the first, base hit in the third, and a ground out in the fourth. Ellingson facing his first batter tonight in Harris. The 3-1 pitch. Inside, pops out of the glove of Anchia. Ball 4. The second walk drawn by Harris to lead off the 7th. Fifth time tonight for Frisco to lead the inning off with putting their leadoff man aboard in some capacity. It's the third time they've done it on a walk. Righty-righty to Ezekiel Duran. Ellingson pitches home. Fastball at 92 inside, catching the zone for strike one. David Garcia doubled in the second. And Duran with a solo homer in the fifth. The leadoff at bat. 0-1. 77, it nips the outer edge for a taken strike two. Ellingson now coming set. Harris at second base. Kicks the 0-2. Fouled on a hot ground ball back to the fans in the first row. Got a little flinch out of him and it stays 0-2. Playoff time in Dallas with the Mavericks and the Stars going at it. 0-2 to Duran. Upstairs, taken for ball one, or I should say missed for ball one. Stars hosting the Calgary Flames tonight in the NHL playoffs, and then Dallas with a huge win over Phoenix. The favorites in the West last night. 1-2, Harris going for second. Duran pulls it out to left field. Deloach now retreating, gets over his head and off the wall. Harris on a quick sprint to third. Getter giving him the wave around. Throw to the plate is not in time. RBI double from Ezekiel Duran. His 12th of the season. Listen to this crowd. 3-0 Riders. Six total bases tonight for Duran. Still nobody out in the 7th. Here's Blaine Krim. Righty-righty from Ellingson. His first pitch. Krim blasts it out to left field. Way out of here and gone. Fourth homer of the season for Blaine Krim. 101 off the bat. 401 feet. 2 swings of the bat for Frisco. And it's 5-0 Riders in the 7th. Just like that. Here's Josh Stowers. It breaks in for a called strike one. Stowers trying to bunt in the 5th inning. Was thrown out at first, the 0-1. In there quickly 0-2 as Ellingson has allowed the Riders to put 3 up in the 7th already and still nobody out. 1-1. should say 0-2. And did Stowers go? He did for strike 3. Alex Nash, the first base umpire, rings him up. And Ellingson with his first strikeout of the night, his first out in the 7th. David Garcia's next. An offensive group that coming into the season on paper showed so much firepower and showed it early on. This series, though, some struggles with runners in scoring position, and so many times just needing one swing offensively. There's the first pitch to Garcia missing. Ellingson now coming set at the chest, the 1-0. Wave and a miss at 91 for strike 1 to Garcia. Great night tonight for the Riders catcher. A double in the 2nd and back-to-back walks in the 4th and 5th. Has yet to be retired. The 1-1. Pulled on the ground and pinballed into the Arkansas dugout. It's now 1-2. Harris led the 7th off with a walk. Duran with a 2-run double, or I should say 1-run double. And his 13th of the season. The 1-1. Upstairs. That was 1-2, beg your pardon. It's now an even count to Garcia. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. The Riders on 2 swings have scored 3 runs. 2-1. Way outside. Garcia attempted a little bit but held up. Count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. RBI double from Duran and a solo homer on the next pitch to Blaine Krim. As we wait for the pitch clock to get on a new count. Ellingson, a long look down. Already walked a batter in the inning. Set at the chest. The 3-2. Down the third base line and fouled away. Still a full count to Garcia. Kellen Strom on deck. He will have an at-bat in the 7th. Frisco from here heading to Tulsa next week. Their 3rd road series of the season. 3-2. Hot ground ball to the first base line, and Hoover's there for it. He'll jog to first. And a 3 unassisted for out number 2. Garcia retired for the first time tonight. Riders still sitting in first place in the South in the Texas League. We mentioned with Amarillo falling in their last 2. First pitch to Strom, swing and a miss, strike 1. It's not allowed this week to do that much damage to the Riders in the standings in the South Division. Frisco has fallen in 5 of their last 10. The 0-1 outside. Now a ball and a strike. Frisco went on a bit of a stretch in the win column. They won 3 in a row in Midland. Next pitch in for a called strike 1. Riders with their 3rd win in Midland in a row moved them to 13-7. 13-6 rather. 1-2, a ground ball left side. Over towards Unroe. He'll settle and throw to first and beat Strom by a pace for out number 3. Not before Frisco tags 3. Grant Anderson back on the mound to start the 8th on the Riders Baseball Network. Chris Jarrett, Zach Bigley, after Frisco giving Anderson 3 runs of support. First pitch to Anchia is flown high in the air down the left field line. That one is off the top of the wall and alive in play. Anchia heading to second and pulls in with a leadoff double. He jumps on the first pitch from Anderson. 3rd extra base hit of the night for Arkansas. In action in the 8th. 3 runs in for the Riders. And again, it gives Anderson a little bit more room to work with in the 8th inning. A spot that we spoke to him about in his first appearance, I should say 2nd appearance of the season against Arkansas. First pitch to Connor Hoover's tagged out to center field. Stower's on the move to his left, makes the catch in the alley, and there's the first out. A couple of hard-hit baseballs by Anchia and Hoover. Riley Unro's next. One gone in the 8th and a 5-0 Riders ball game. Ezekiel Duran's gone deep tonight, and Blaine Krim in the 7th with a 2-run shot. Righty-lefty matchup as Anderson sets. Checks Anchia at second. The pitch. Outside, missing for ball 1. Riley Unroh was ejected a few nights ago from a ball game. With Jake Bruner up the first baseline, punched him out on a tight play. Unroh took his helmet off and spiked it into the dirt. 1-0. Outside. 2 balls, no strikes from Anderson. And Jake Bruner gave him the rest of the night off. Unroh waving the bat, the 2-0 pitch. Middle. Fastball at 92 for a called strike 1. Unroh tonight, first pitch pop out to right field in the 3rd. And then turned one over to lead off the 6th, back to the mound in the final inning for Jack Leiter. 2-1 pitch. Popped high in the air and lifted towards Harrison left. He tracks underneath it and makes a catch. Good work for Anderson after the leadoff double. Hoover and Unroh retired on a pair of fly balls, and there's 2 gone. Top of the order now for the Travelers, and it's the center fielder Tanner Kerwer. 0 for 3 night and a strikeout for the center fielder. Righty-righty matchup for Anderson. Kicks and throws. Outside, missing for ball 1. Leiter finished his night, retiring his last 15 batters faced. And it continued in the 6th. 3 batters up, 3 ground outs to his infield defense behind him. The 1-0 pitch. Drops in at 79 for a strike. It's an even count of a ball and a strike. I feel like there's been some starts this year for Leiter where there's always been an instance that is a tough break for him to deal with. We've mentioned this a few times. Tonight, that almost happened. The 1-1. Wave and a miss from Kerwer for strike 2. Talking about the Nash Knight bloop fly ball that took him out to shallow left. What a grab to end that inning, and could have been something, but it got him through 5. First pitch pop out to Connor Hoover. Sliding away from the diamond. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Leadoff double, stranded for Grant Anderson as he picks up his 4th strikeout. And he's got the Riders through 8 innings. Haber tonight, making his 2nd appearance of the season, of the series. Recently threw back on May 5th. 2 outs recorded, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, a walk and a strikeout. He's set to face Nash Knight in the bottom of the Riders' order. First pitch. And Knight bloops it foul back to the net. No balls and a strike. We mentioned the play that Nash made sliding to secure the final out of the 5th for Leiter earlier tonight. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout at the plate. 0-1. Lifted in the air out to shallow left field. Shiner deep down the left field line and makes a catch. One gone for Haber out of the pen. Top of the order due up now and Johnny Ornelas. Rangers are not meant to play this series against the Yankees. They've been rained out the last 2 nights. They were supposed to have Monday off, but a doubleheader on Sunday and now a Monday noon game against New York. First pitch in for a called strike 1 on Ornelas. And they'll be back home at Globe Life against the Royals. 0-1. Ornelas goes around for strike 2. Good stuff from Haber out of the pen. 4 pitches, all strikes for the righty relievers so far. Royals, Red Sox, Angels. A 9-game homestand for the Rangers at home coming up starting on Tuesday at 7:05. 0-2 outside. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Long set at the belt for Haber. Now the 1-2. Ground ball left side. Ornelas on a foot race as it's fair deep in the corner. Throw to first is away from Hoover. And Ornelas will head to second. 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th, and Frisco threatening to do more. A long throw for Shiner. Went down the top steps of the Travelers' dugout. That allows Ornelas to head to second base. 1 gone for Justin Foscue and a runner at second base. Just the first error we've seen tonight. Righty to Foscue. In there. 92 taken for strike 1. They'll go E5 on Shiner as Ornelas takes second. Foscue a base hit in the first and a walk in the 4th. Haber set the 0-1. Lifted up over the net and back towards us. Just missed the up top deck. And it's 0-2. Grant Anderson's been strong, the only arm used by Frisco out of the pen tonight. Jack Leiter gave him 6. A new career high. Haber, the 0-2, and time called at the plate by Engstrand before the pitch home. And so we'll do the 0-2 over again. Lucas Jacobson warming down in the Riders' pen. And so expecting to see the lefty come out for the 9th. When we get there, though, Frisco with an RBI spot for Justin Foscue in the bottom of the 8th. 5-0 Riders. Looking for their second win of the week. Righty. Haber's 0-2 outside. 92 miles an hour. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Arkansas has featured a new pitcher since the 5th inning. Devin Sweet came in for the last out of the 4th. 1-2. Hard ground ball left side. Shiner's got it. He'll set now on the throw to first. Is on line to Hoover. There's 2 gone. Ornelas staying at second. Dustin Harris striding to the dish. Devin Sweet gave him the 5th inning. Robert Winslow the 6th. David Ellingson allowing 3 runs on 2 extra base hits for the Riders in the 7th. And now the righty Jake Haber in the 8th. Righty-lefty matchup to Harris. The left fielder ready from the left side. First pitch. Missing down and in on the breaking ball. 1-0. Pair of walks drawn tonight for Dustin. He began the 7th with a leadoff walk on 5 pitches from Ellingson. Next at bat, the right-hander had Duran sitting 0-2, then 1-2, and then a double off the wall. 1-0. Upstairs. Make it 2 balls, no strikes to Harris. Batting average that's ducked beneath 300, but 279. A 755 OPS for Harris. 2-0 pitch. Tap back to the screen on a foul ball. And a heavy cut from the left fielder. It's now 2-1. 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. And Ornelas at second base. This inning should be over by now. The Riders threatening to tag an unearned run in the bottom of the 8th inning. They lead 5-0. Haber set, the 2-1. Taken for strike 2 at 93, low and in. Count is even. We'll close this series tomorrow. A Cole Reagan start. If this score holds, the Riders an opportunity to split a series against Arkansas. 2-2. Harris swings for strike 3, and that'll do it. A strikeout for Jake Haber out of the bullpen. And despite the infield error, it doesn't come back to bite him. And no runs on no hits for the Riders. An error and a runner left aboard. 5-0, we go to the ninth. Frisco looking to close it out. To Zach Bigley.
All right, thanks, Chris. Let's finish this baby off. Rough Riders a 5-0 lead, and Lucas Jacobson is out on the mound, who has been flat out brilliant for Frisco this year. Jacobson, a 1.04 ERA on the year for Frisco. The 26-year-old stands 6'5", 190 pounds. The left-hander making his 9th appearance on the year, an 0-1 record in that almost 1 ERA. 9 strikeouts in his 7 2/3 innings. He faces Jack Larson, first pitch. Breaking ball misses low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Larson, Shiner, Rizzo, 2, 3, and 4 for the Travs. 5-0 Rough Riders. Lefty-lefty to start things. Jacobson ready as he deals. Swing and a miss. Good off speed off the outside corner. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Not a save opportunity for Lou. 5-run advantage for the Rough Riders. From the stretch, the 1-1. A fly ball hit well down the left field line, but this one twists foul. 1-2. Rough Riders going for their first shutout as a pitching staff this season, and you couldn't have asked for a much better pitching performance all the way around. Frisco started things off with the best start on the year from Jack Leiter. 6 shutout innings, 5 strikeouts, only 2 base runners allowed. 1-2. Down low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just 2 hits, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Then he retired the last 15 batters he saw and finished with just 68 pitches over his 6 innings. From the stretch, the left-hander with the 2-2. Fouled straight back. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Then Grant Anderson came out of the pen. He allowed just 2 hits over his 2 innings. Shutout baseball as well, of course. 4 strikeouts, no walks. And now it's Lou Jacobson. Glove of the chest, 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 96-mile-an-hour fastball grabs some bench. First strikeout from Jacobson, 1 away. 10th strikeout for Riders pitching tonight. Jacobson will come at you with a 96, 97-mile-an-hour heater from the left side and a nasty breaking ball. He deals home to Shiner. A swing and a miss. 0-1 on that backdoor slider. 0 for 3 day for Shiner at the plate. Jacobson ready from the stretch. He deals. Chopper, third base side. Nash Knight has it head high. Sets, throws onto first, and gets Shiner there, 2 away. Rough Riders trying to win tonight for a chance at a series split with a victory tomorrow, and to improve to 16-10. Joe Rizzo hits. Double in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. Left on left. 2 outs, bases clear. 5-0 Riders, top of the 9th. Jacobson's pitch. Swing and a miss. First pitch slider low. 0-1. 4-seam, 2-seam. Slider splitter, the 4-pitch combo for Jacobson as he looks in, has his sign. He comes set. 0-1. Way out in front of home plate. It bounces, goes past Garcia back to the backstop. 1-1. Rough Riders in tomorrow's game will turn to Cole Reagans, the left-hander who has been very good for Frisco. 1-1 with a 3 ERA. From the stretch. And the 1-1 pitch. Hard line drive back up the middle into center for a base hit. Now Joe Rizzo has his 2nd hit of the contest. He singles to center. And Zach Deloach makes his way up to the plate. "5-0 Rough Riders." Another left on left. Jacobson's pitch. Foul back. 0-1. Jacobson trying to complete the shutout. A little bit of everything tonight. 2 home runs, Ezekiel Duran and Blaine Krim. I think without a doubt, the most complete game the Rough Riders have played so far this year. Jacobson readies. 0-1 toss. Curveball and the strike in the outside corner. 0-2. Arkansas down to their final strike. They're getting loud here at Riders Field. 7,028 on hand. 0-2 pitch. Foul away left side. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Waiting around for post-game fireworks on Skylit Saturday, presented by CoServe. Rough Riders provided plenty of fireworks on the field today. Jacobson looks in for a sign. He's got it. Left-hander set. 0-2. Just missed inside. Big looping breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the set. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Rough Riders take game 5. 5-0 over the Arkansas Travelers. Lucas Jacobson locks it down. The Rough Riders have their first shutout win of the season. 5-0 over Arkansas. A complete victory for Frisco. Scoring 1 in the first, 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 7th on offense. And Jack Leiter, Grant Anderson, and Lou Jacobson combined for 2022's first blanking of the season. Chris Jarrett will break it down for you in the postgame show when we come back. Rough Riders win and improve to 16-10 on the season on the Riders Baseball Network.